Hey, Room 10. Just want to give you a quick video to kind of remind you of where to find the notes. I think 25 out of 28 of you guys have gotten signed into the Chapter 3 or into my Google Classroom where you can find the Chapter 3 study notes. Now, those study notes, super easy to find. I think it's the second item for this month or for this week. It says, like Chapter 3 matter assignments. So most of you guys already got that quiz taken today, and hey, I love that you guys are using your books because it said in the instructions, use your books. This is an open book quiz. So I know a lot of you guys did really well. A few of you guys should have used your books a little bit more. Now, our test on Thursday in my Google Classroom. Hey, if you guys are ready, the test is Thursday. If you try to do it on Wednesday, so be it. But just make sure you're spending time studying these notes. I got a copy of them right here. I'm going to read through them with you guys so you know exactly what you need to study so you can do well on this test. The test is not open book. So go ahead, throw your books under your desk, or maybe don't throw them down there. I don't want you to lose them. Put them in your backpack or somewhere farther away so you're not tempted to try to look at those. Same thing with the notes. Close out that window, go ahead and attack that test, do the very best you can. Now, things we covered with Chapter 3 is the 3 states of matter. We got solids, we got liquids, we got gases. Now, the character traits of those things are important. So remember, with the solid, it has a definite shape and a definite volume. With the liquid, we got a definite volume. I know it's 48 ounces. It's in my Polar Pop. 48 ounces, but it does not have a shape. If I pour it out, it's going everywhere, right? And then gases, they don't have a definite shape or a definite volume. They don't have either one, because once it's released from the container, all the particles, everything, they're flying off. They're not staying in the same shape they were in when they were in that balloon. Freezing is an example of a physical change. When you freeze water, it becomes solid, right? It becomes ice. It did not become something new. It did not become gold. That'd be cool, right? But yes, it doesn't become gold. We can use water displacement to find the volume of a set of car keys. If I wanted to try to find the volume of my cell phone, I could drop it in the water. I probably wouldn't want to though. But you could drop it in there and then you could measure the volume and how the water levels changed in the graduated cylinder. Let's see, we need to know what matter is. Matter is anything that has volume and mass. We need to know what a mixture is. Mixture is two or more items that are physically combined, but they keep their original properties. So if you think of that snack mix, right? You can pick the pretzels out. You can still see their pretzels, even though they're in that mix now. They didn't become raisins. They still stay pretzels. So that's a mixture. We need to know what weight is. That's the amount of force of gravity pulling on matter. So when I stand on that scale and it shows me the number, that's how much gravity is pulling down on my body and how much matter there is in my body. Mass is the amount of material in a substance. Remember I showed you that picture of Lou Ferrigno and he is super jacked, and how we talked about how he and I have different masses. Like he has more muscle mass than I have. So mass is the amount of material in a substance. Now volume is the amount of space a substance takes up. Compound is when we're combining 2 or more molecules to create a new substance, like H2O. We have 1 hydrogen, 2 oxygen, or 1 oxygen, 2 hydrogen. I said that wrong. So in a compound, they're not always going to be the same amount of molecules because we got H2O, right? See how that works? With a chemical change is where we bring 2 elements together and create a new substance. So compounds and chemical change is very similar. Make sure you know the difference between those 2 definitions. A characteristic of a substance that can be observed, so you can see something about that substance, and it's without changing the identity of the substance, is called its physical property. So you can look at something, you can tell that's a solid, you can tell that it's a gas, you can tell that it's a liquid. Those are the physical properties of that thing. If something melts, it's a solid becoming a liquid. If something freezes, it's something that is a liquid becoming a solid. So that's pretty easy. Solubility, this was what you were quizzed on. Remember, solubility refers to the ability of a solvent to dissolve a certain amount of the solute. Vaporization and evaporation, those are both when a liquid turns into a gas. Now, vaporization is usually at that liquid's boiling point. So at 212 degrees, that water is being vaporized, turned into a gas. Condensation refers to a gas turning back into a liquid. Remember when your cup's wet and all the water comes down the side and it gets on the table? That's condensation. So the moisture, the liquid in the air has turned into actual liquid on the side of the cup and then run down on the table. All right. A solution is a mixture in which all the substances are spread evenly throughout. So remember, with a solution, you have your solvent and you have your solute. You put the solute in there, you stir it all up. Remember, you get that tasty Gatorade. Now you're drinking a yummy, yummy solution. All right, let's see. Now, the liquid, let's start with water. So here's my water. My water is my solvent. It is going to break down whatever I put into it. So I'm gonna put that Gatorade mix in there, and then I'm gonna stir it on up and make, you know, that lemon lime Gatorade or fruit punch Gatorade, and I stir it all up. Now, the Gatorade powder I put in, that's my solute. Remember, I had a video on that, I had like the picture, big picture behind me on the board. An element is matter that is made up of only one kind of atom. Like solid gold, that is only made up of gold. Like 14 karat gold, it's got a little silver in it, so it's not a pure element. But a liquid, oh, we already talked about that one. And then concentration refers to the amount of solute that is dissolved in the solute. Now, the concentration might be diluted if you didn't put enough of the juice mix in, or it might be saturated where you've put, or extremely concentrated where you put scoops and scoops and scoops and scoops and like way too many scoops in there. I know you've done it because I've done it, and I thought it was gonna make it taste good, but it didn't taste any better. All right, so those are the things you need to know. They are in written form in your Google Classroom. So you guys can go ahead and check those things out. Let's see, Tuesday and Wednesday, and then take this test on Thursday. All right, hope to see you guys sometime soon on YouTube. All right, later on.